Hey, it's Joe. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. So Instagram gets to see a peek of the Christmas tree. Facebook, you do not. But you get a little Christmas music while we wait. We will give it just a little bit more time. Wow. Instagram is so far away. I'm trying to read the people. Hello, everybody who's joined on Instagram. I can't see. I think I need another device. No, Tanela, you're not blind. It is far away. I'm like, who is over there? Who is it? They're waving. I'm just gonna have to wave. That's all I can do. I just wave. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the 2020 pop-up shop of the JR Group. I'm Justin of the JR Group, CEO and president, and I'm here, to present small businesses to you all this holiday season. So I'm super excited about this. One of the things that was always instilled in me growing up was to give back and to share. Um, any resources and anything that you can do. So this is just my opportunity to share and give back. Um, so I am very excited to do that today with you all. Um, so just a little bit about me. I'm a creative logistics agency of the JR Group. So I do all things production, I do all things scheduling, project management, budgets, whatever you need it. I'm here to produce it. I'm here to make it happen for you. So that's what I want to do. And I've always wanted to do an expo, and I was gonna do one this year, and I'm still doing one, but I definitely want to do it in person. But we're in a whole pandemic, so that's not really feasible. So I figured virtual would be the next best thing, and I wanted to still have a lot of people included, like as many people as possible. But the only way we can do that is Zoom. So we're gonna be Zooming today with a bunch of small minority and women-owned businesses in the area. Um, and I'm really excited about that because if we don't support our small businesses, then we can't grow and they can't grow. And we want to see everybody win. I think that's one of the biggest things is that there's room at the table for everybody. So we want to help provide that community in that room however we can. So, um, sorry, doing a lot of multitasking. So a little bit about me, like why business. So sat down and thought about it. My family has a huge history of businesses, and I think one of the best examples would be my grandma on my mom's side, Miss Anna Lee Tucker. She had an amazing soul food restaurant in West Memphis, Arkansas, that brought people from out of town, and her food was absolutely amazing. Love it, but one of the things that got me is that she used to let me help on the register, and I was really young, so I didn't really help, but I was just there to help her with the transactions, talk to the customers. She taught me about relationships with your customers and how to make everybody feel good, how to make everybody feel special, how to make everyone feel welcome. So yeah, so I think she was probably my first introduction to business. But beyond that, I have a realtor, Red Lady Katie. If you need any houses in the Virginia, Maryland, I think maybe she does DC as well. If you need any houses, she's a plethora of knowledge there. She actually helped me get this house that I'm in right now. We have CEOs. My uncle Eugene Reeves is a CEO, and then my parents themselves have their own businesses. My dad is a photographer, Tony B. Reeves Photography. He can capture anything for you. And my mom of How May I Assist You? So, and she does all sorts of event planning, party planning, everything you can think of. She does it. So she's there to assist you. So, and I think I kind of got pieces of both of them and pieces of my grandparents and other people of the family to want to do business. So, um, sorry, something happened. um, yeah, so that is that. So I've been super excited about businesses, and I just wanted to give a piece of that of the support that I've gotten to the people I have here. So, with that being said, with some statistics that are really important that I think are staggering and a bit scary for me. 36% of all businesses are owned by women, but they only account for 12% of all the sales. Why is that? So you would think if 36% are owned by women, then 36% of all sales are driven by women, but that unfortunately is not the case. Um, and blacks make up 13% of the population in the United States, but only about 7% of all the revenue. So we want to change that narrative. We want to change that. So we're going to start doing that today by supporting our Black owned, our women owned, and our minority owned businesses. So our first business up is Idea Creations, and let's let her into the room. Are you there? And Instagram, sorry, you just have to hear the conversation. You won't get to see the guests. But if you want to, go on over to Facebook and you can see everyone that's joining. And it says she's joining, but I don't see or hear her. This is the drawback of being virtual. Oh, she's connecting to audio. Okay, gotcha. So while we wait for her, I'll give you her little introduction. You've seen her hosting, you've seen her TikToking all over social media, you've seen her dancing, you've seen her digital media creations, but now we get to see her here on this Zoom and this Facebook Live of Idea Creations. So once she joins with video, it looks like she's there. Tamla, can you hear us?
Yes. Can you see me? Oh, there we go.
There we go. There's my friend. Okay.
Hey, friend.
How's it going?
It is going well. I am so excited for the things that you're doing.
Look at this virtual background.
You heard me.
I was like, for a second, I was like, where is she? What this? I don't know this.
Never know.
Right. So yeah, like I was saying, for everyone, you've seen her hosting, you've seen her TikToking, you've seen her dancing around. This is the Lady T of Idea Creations. So a question that I'm asking everybody is, Idea Creations, what's that about? What's the name? Tell us about the name.
Okay, so Idea Creations stands for I Do It All Creations. When I first started the business, I was doing so many things. I was doing YouTube, I was doing YouTube video production, audio production. I was doing social media. And when thinking about, all right, what should I call this business? What do I do with this business? It was actually my uncle. And I always like to shout out people who play a part in my life and my journey as an entrepreneur. It was my uncle. He was like, I do it all, Idea Creations. And it just stuck like that. It gave me that feeling. And then it was go time from there.
Yay. All right. Awesome. Awesome. All right. So what does it stand for? So you said I do it all creation. So what all do you do?
So what all do I do? I have a YouTube channel that is Tangy Styles. Mm-hmm. So on YouTube, LADYYT Lomax, where I'm doing makeup tutorials, reviews, some of my journeys. I just bought Ivy Park, so there will be a review on that.
You bought all of Ivy Park, by the way.
Not all of it, I wish. So there is YouTube, there is my show, Lady T, Let's Talk About It, where I bring millennials on the couch talking about all different kind of things in life, taboo topics and more. Mm-hmm. I have Lady T on the Move, And that is my good news spot where I'm highlighting all the good things happening in the community, anybody starting something new, making a change in the world, whether it's big or small. Um, and then there's Idea Creation Studio, and that is any of the video, audio, creative director, creative production stuff that I do for anybody. It doesn't even have to be business owners. But what I made my mission statement was like, I want to add color to your vision. So you have a vision, let me add color to it so you can be just as successful as you dream of being.
Yeah. Let me tell you, y'all, she is colorful. Let me tell you, every color of the rainbow. And if you've ever, so one of the coolest things I've seen her do is like do an interview on a hoverboard. And I think that was like, I was like, wow, this is a legit cover. Like it was a smooth, like she was following someone around and it was so smooth, but it was just like, man, she is like legit on a hoverboard during this video. So yeah, you definitely add color to anyone's vision. Where would you like to see Idea Creations in the next couple years?
I want Idea Creations to be that multimedia production business. I don't even need company, but business. I want Idea Creations to be in places I've never stepped before. So that's where I see Idea Creations.
Yeah, let's be in places and rooms that you've never even tread your feet in before.
Yeah.
And if you had to choose a favorite part of your business, like I know you got a lot going on, what would you choose?
I don't know if I have a favorite part. I think I try to put my mark everywhere that I am. I love Idea Creation Studio because I get to get somebody else excited about what they're doing. Tangy Styles, I love to do the makeup side. I don't know if I have a favorite, to be honest.
At all. So, yeah.
Lady T, let's talk about it. I love the impactful conversations. Even another part of Tangy Styles is Perfume Chick.
What these things on this table you got here?
Right. So they are, and it is partnered. I am partnered with another Black-owned business, which is called Perfume Chick, which is scented shea butters, and they come in all different smells, and you can smell them all day long. But when talking about being impactful, I want somebody to feel good, right? So if Lady T Idea Creations can make somebody feel good in all different ways. These are shea butters. They're $12 and they last all day long. You can smell them through the mask, and they keep you supple. Okay, you be supple.
That is the word of the day. Be supple in all things.
Yes.
Cool. How can we support you? What does support look like for Idea Creations?
I think support for me is a matter of sharing. If you follow me on any of my social media platforms, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, just sharing it. The shares go so far. And being that I studied media and social media and things of that nature, it goes so far and it costs nothing at all.
Study? What school you go to?
Listen, the illustrious Morgan State University. But getting my communication degree, it shares mean everything. Likes mean everything, and they cost absolutely nothing. If you want to invest, that's cool. But like I said, shares, likes, they cost absolutely nothing. Just push anything you see out, even if you may not relate to it, somebody is going to relate to it.
Yeah, cool. And where can we follow you?
Okay, so you can follow me on Facebook at Lady T Lomax. You can follow me on YouTube at Lady T space Lomax as well, LADYYT space Lomax, LOMAX. And then you can follow me on Instagram at LADYYT with 3 underscores.
Cool. Yep.
And then the website. I just got a website, which is super exciting. It shows me and Idea Creations and what we have to offer and things of that nature. So definitely go check out the website. You'll see a lot of the things that I've done before, some people that I've worked with, and you'll be able to contact me if you want that color added to your vision.
Yeah. For those of you on Facebook, you can see the contact page and everything up there. So thank you so much, Lady T. Oh, shameless plug.
Me.
Who manages your business, by the way?
Listen, the JR group, I wouldn't want nobody else. When I tell you he applies pressure.
Cool. Well, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing everything that you have going on. Everybody, follow her on social media. You will not be sad. You will not be sorry, but you will be sorry if you don't follow her to keep up with all that's going on. And the scents make perfect gifts for Christmas. I know you can't smell me right now, but I smell good.
Listen, man, you got girls to the yard, okay?
All right. Thank you so much, Tan.
Thank you for having me.
All right. And now we've got Leo Rising Communications coming on. This is someone that you may not have seen yet, but you will most undoubtedly see and hear a lot from her in the coming future. Savannah, we are so excited to see you. Welcome. How are you doing?
Hello, Justin. I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for coming.
What a fun idea. I love this.
So, been asking, well, you're the second person, but I'm going to ask everybody about their names.
Okay.
So, Leo Rising Communication. What's that about? What does it mean? What's the inspiration behind it?
Okay. So the name Leo Rising, if I don't know if you know a lot about astrology, I don't really either. I just know about this. But the rising sign is like your dominant sign, and Leo, the characteristics of a Leo are like creativeness and outgoingness and humor and blah blah blah, all the things that I am.
All Justin. The things that you are.
Yes. So I really wanted to incorporate that somehow into my name. And I had thought of a lot of names, but they were really boring, like Savannah Burns Communications. And as I was going to sleep one night, I was like, Leo Rising, like it just popped in my head. Mm-hmm. And so I wrote it down, and because your girl was tired, so I fell asleep. And when I woke up the next morning, I saw it first thing on my phone, and I was like, oh man, that is the one. That's it. Yep.
Listen, when it pops, like you just know. And
it's
a feeling that's hard to explain to people, but it's like when you know, you just know. And that's
exactly.
That's
100.
Cool. So your tagline on your awesome website, by the way, says that you're a storyteller. Tell us more about that, and like what stories do you tell? Like,
okay. Well, I tell your story and my story. I've always been fascinated by storytellers. When I was younger, I wanted to be a writer. I still want to be a writer. And I just love that storytelling doesn't have to be just sitting down and like writing a story or reading a book. You can find a story everywhere in life. Like you can find it in any kind of art, through photography. You can find it through creating a website or a song. So I love that storytelling is kind of just everywhere. And what I want to do is to help people tell their stories.
That is so awesome. So when did you first realize you were a storyteller, or like you liked the idea of creating stories?
Oh man, I was actually probably like 10 or 11. Wow. And I did this creative writing class in elementary school. Not a class, but it was like a contest. Mm-hmm. And I remember just thinking, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna write, these people aren't gonna know what hit them, okay? I'm about to get crazy up in here. There's gonna be a whale, it's gonna be a magic whale. Like things are gonna get crazy in here. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, I just remember that feeling when I started writing that story, like, whoa, this is crazy. All of these things that are in my head come into life right now on this paper. This whale, it exists now. Holy cow.
Holy cow, the whale. That's what.
Holy cow, the whale's here.
Cool. What's something that you want everyone to know about your business?
About my business? That it is open.
That is very important.
Come to me. Very important. Let's see, what else could I tell you, or should you know? Just, I guess the biggest thing is probably that my specialty, if you will, is helping new businesses. So if you're like a new entrepreneur or a new small business, or even like a band or an entertainer, my specialty is like getting you started, basically.
Yeah, and I will say, like, she's helped me. Like, she's working on my website. It's going to be great because my current website is very boring. You can still go. Still got the information you need, but this new one, it's great. She did Lady T's website, and Antoinette is going to be on here later, and she's working on her website or something like that. I know you're doing something with her website. I think it might be done. I don't know. But
I'll let her tell you.
right. She makes amazing products, guys, and it's so awesome. So what does being a female entrepreneur mean to you?
Oh, it's really exciting. I think in the business space, women are still not as represented. And like you said earlier, we also aren't represented in terms of sales. So one, I think it's really empowering to be a woman in business. You're really taking hold of your destiny and you're like, bro, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get right up there with all those dudes.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get a piece of that pie.
Get a big slice.
Exactly. And I think it's important too for the younger generation of women to be able to see strong, empowered women with their own businesses and know that they can do that too. That literally the sky is the limit.
Absolutely. And where can or what does support look like for you? Like how can we support you?
Oh, well, right now, brand awareness is really big for me. I'm a brand new business. So, liking things and sharing things and yeah, just being present and helping to make other people aware that I exist. I am here. I actually just hit a really cool milestone yesterday with 100 likes on my Facebook page, and I was so excited by that. And I know in terms of like socials, that's not a huge number, but to me, I was like, 100 people love me,
And it's important to note that like you officially launched in October. So
Yes.
in just a little bit over a month, you've gotten 100 likes on your Facebook page. That's awesome. Like, don't discount that whatsoever.
Thank
So
you.
everybody, stop what you're doing right. Well, don't stop fully. Like, stay on the live. But
Yeah, watch this first.
once you're done, like her Facebook page. And where can we follow you? Speaking of which.
On Facebook and Instagram, I'm at Leo Rising Comms, and my website is www.leorisingcommunications.com. You can also reach me via email at savannah.burns@leorisingcommunications.com.
Cool. And again, for those of you who are on the Facebook Live, you can see this all on the screen as well, and we'll be posting this information later. Savannah, you are amazing. You are just awesome. I think that's about it. So thank you so much for coming on.
Austin. Appreciate it. Can't wait to see everyone else.
All right, bye.
Bye.
And one of the cool things about both Savannah and Tandela is that while they do similar things, like they both do multimedia content creation and graphic design and a lot of just creation and creative stuff in general, there's room at the table for everybody. So they're both women-led businesses, but they have their own unique flavors. So if you're thinking of starting your own communications business, do it. There's room for everyone. And just like Savannah was saying, just take a slice out of the pie. So we're moving on from our service businesses we're going to the health and the wellness time. And we're going to start with my old roommate, Mr. Rayvon Hines in the building. What's up, man?
How you doing, man?
Good. How are you, man? Do you sell that hoodie? I have the other one.
So this actually something I got my friend to do that I work with because she has her own business. So she was just like, "Yo, let me practice on one of your hoodies." I was like, "That was it." So because she got the machine that just stitches everything, so I was just like, "Cool,
man, that thing is fire. That thing is fire." Yeah. So for those of you guys who don't know, this is Ray Hines of Brains and Bronze Fitness. So I can attest to you that he's about what he says. He practices what he preaches. I lived with him for 2 years, and I saw this man eat green beans and baked chicken like every day for like a year. And he really did meal prep. He really was consistent with the gym. So what he's telling you is the truth. So Ray, tell us about yourself.
About me. So I'm Ray Hines. Like Justin said, I'm from the south side of Chicago, Inglewood to be exact. I went to UVA from 2010 to 2016. So I got my bachelor's and my master's. Bachelor's was in psychology. Master's was in education with the specialization in school counseling. So during my time at UVA, I was just like, yo, I need to do something. And, fitness is one of my things. So I started off powerlifting. Then I got to bodybuilding. But before that, I always wanted to do physical therapy or just major in kinesiology because that deals with fitness. And that's ocean and things like that. So that's always something I had a passion for. So it's just once I got into my first year of grad school, I switched over to bodybuilding. I was just like, yeah, this is it. Just because you picture how you want your body to be and you work towards that. You don't go get no surgery or nothing like that. You literally work for it. And
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And so about the name, Brains and Bronze Fitness. So tell us about the name.
So it's funny because I never even came up with that name. My pastor came up with it. So yeah, we have a starter church. It's called the Focus Church.
Mm-hmm.
We are based out of we were out of Oscar Smith Middle School, but once all of this pandemic stuff happened, we just went strictly virtual.
Mm-hmm.
So we were setting up for church one day, and then he was just like, "Yo, Ray, help me move this. What is it? I don't even know what you want to call it, the stands or whatever.
Okay.
Podium. Sorry, the podium." And he was just, "Oh yeah, man, you got the brains and the brawn." And it clicked right then and there because I just finished my EDS from Liberty.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just like, "Yo, like take that for your business." I was like, I was gonna steal it anyway. He was like, "I want you to." So from on, it was just second nature. It was just like boom. God was just like, "Yo, take that." So that's how it came about. I also know like you can't do anything unless you have a strong mind because your mind allows you to go as far as you want to go.
Mm-hmm. Listen, and working out is so much of a mental thing because your body is so much more capable than we give ourselves credit for. But like, I'm like, man, I can't do this. Like, maybe I can. And then you just find yourself doing like another set. So,
yep.
What services do you offer? Like, what can people look forward to getting from you?
So for me, it's all about education. So I love educating the people. If I'm an educator myself, like I said, I'm a school counselor. So I educate my students on how to properly help themselves mentally. So understanding how to help yourself mentally, understanding how to go about just starting your fitness journey and how to help with it. And then if you want training from me, you can reach out and we could set up a time in a day to do it virtually or in person. Like only if you're in the 757 area, I do it in person.
Right.
But I can do it virtually. I also offer, so I'm a certified personal trainer nationally, and I'm a certified nutrition coach. So I offer nutrition, but if you reach out to me for that, I give you the option of how you want to do it, whether you use my Fitness Pal and I give you the calories to put in, or create actual meals for you to eat, which that takes time, but a lot of people like that, both of those. So it just depends on you. And I offer just other things like hoodies, t-shirts. What else? I have a workout plan online. So it's a 30-day get active, stay fit. Whether you could do it in the gym, at home, outside. It just depends on you. You don't need any weight. You can do body weight. You can use canned goods, a jump rope, just so many different things. And it comes with tutorial videos. So I try to pride myself on standing out so I can educate people on how to do certain things. So
yeah, come on, y'all, you need to follow this man. Let me tell you, inspirational. This man moves a tire. I saw that video. I was like, this is ridiculous. What's your favorite and your least favorite exercise?
Man, my favorite exercise, it probably had to be a bent over row. So that's
okay.
My least favorite exercise. Everybody might hate me for this, but I hate it's three of them. I hate doing bench press, I hate squatting, and I hate lunges. I hate them.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious, but I know you need them, so I have to do it.
Why do you hate bench press? I mean, I hate lunges too. I got bad knees. I'm just old. But why do you hate bench press? And that might be my favorite, to be honest.
But it's because, like, no matter how much I do it, my chest never grows. Only my. It's weird.
Well, I don't know how to help you there. maybe you need to figure that out. That could be your next segment. How can we support you, Ray?
You could just always support by just following me. If you follow me on IG at Brains and Brawn Fitness, if you follow me on Facebook at Brains and Brawn, at Brains and Brawn Fitness, sorry. If you just follow me on YouTube at Brains and Brawn Fitness. So I educate people, like I said before. I try to just put out a bunch of stuff on how to eat right, how to understand the type of proteins you need to eat, just things like that, and just share it. Now, I'm not going to force anybody to buy anything. So I just feel like if God leads you to go to my website and purchase something, hey man, God bless you. That's a bonus. But the biggest thing is just education. That's all I care about. So yeah,
Well,
just make
let the Lord lead you to this man's website. They are really comfortable. I wore it at a rehearsal. I think like 2 weeks ago at church.
yeah.
This guy was like, "Man, that thing looks soft." I was like, "It is cool.
Man.
It is awesome." So it's great quality. It's been washed like 3 or 4 times. It does not fade. So
Thank
go
you,
buy
man.
the stuff. Go buy the stuff. So
I-
Ray, it's been great. Miss you, man.
Miss you too.
Got to keep on going. But yeah, keep up with Ray. His stuff is online, and we'll be sharing it later. Thank you, Ray. All right. And keeping on in our fitness, health and fitness, we've got Dr. Amina Jones of Be Well Doc. And here's another shameless plug while she's connecting to audio. I have the honor and the ability to help Dr. Jones with her marketing and her strategy and her building this summer. Oh, look at this background. Come on, Xavier University.
I didn't mean to do that.
Come on now. So yes, I had the honor of helping her with parts of her business this summer. So this one means a lot to me. I'm super excited to have her here. She's someone that's close to me. She's my mom's soror. So we are here with Dr. Jones of Be Well Doc. So let's start you off like everybody else. Tell us about the name. What's up with the name?
Hello. First of all, let me say thank you, Justin, for having this. I greatly appreciate your mind. It's so amazing. So thank you. And I apologize for the background. This was a meeting that I was in. Okay. So I'm sorry. What was your question?
The name. Tell us the inspiration behind the name.
Yeah, so I had no idea what I was going to do as far as this name. And I just recently passed my boards for lifestyle medicine. Glory be to God. And at the very end of the letter, it said, be well. And I was like, wait, that just kind of sums it up. All of what I want people to feel, people to their goal. I just want them to be well. And it's a short story, but it took a while. But when I saw it, I knew that that's what I wanted.
Yeah, okay. So tell us about the business. So like, what's the passion behind it? What's the inspiration? Why do it?
Right. So Be Well it's my favorite part of medicine. So as a primary care doctor, we do a lot of, some things are very tedious, some things are very hard, but it's my favorite part of medicine where I can sit down and have that conversation with my patient about that new diagnosis that I just gave them, or about a diagnosis that they've had for a long time that was not controlled, or about just being on medicine for a long period of time. And they're like, am I ever going to get off this diabetes medication, this blood pressure medicine? And I wanted to let them know, like, there is hope. At the end of the day, you know, you can make some changes to your lifestyle. And that's what this is. It's a telemedicine lifestyle changing business, basically. And it helps people to look at what they do and see if there's some things that we could change and maybe help them to reach whatever their health goal is.
Yeah, and I think that's super critical because people, like when you get a diagnosis, you're just like, man, I'm doomed to be with this forever. And you might have it forever, but you can manage it and you can make it better. So you're like really giving hope to people. And I think that's an awesome thing. Especially this time of year. This time of year when people are eating not what we're supposed to be eating.
Right. Exactly.
And you can, jumpstart a whole host of metabolic diseases that could potentially begin as the new year rolls around. But working with people like you, they can help to combat that and really work with education. And just like Ray said, education is the biggest thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Knowledge is what we need. So who's the target audience for this?
Oh my gosh, it's a little bit of everybody. Okay. I feel like everybody could see themselves in this. I tend to, however, have a lot more patients or clients that are usually have a busy lifestyle. They may have kids or work and taking care of family, be it their older family members or their young family members, but they have a busy lifestyle. They own businesses and they just have so much going on in their schedule that their health tends to take the back seat. And so when they come to see me as their primary care doctor, here I go telling them your blood sugar is getting high, your cholesterol is getting high. So these kind of things. And that's the last thing that they need is to hear that now your health is not the best and there's something
Right.
that you need to do. So it's basically any and everyone who is either stuck in a rut with their weight, who is on blood pressure medicine and wants to get off. Same thing for diabetes and high cholesterol. It's all of those people. If we just need to know how to eat better, I have a team of people that I work with, a dietitian, a nutritionist, and a personal trainer, and we are your team. We come together to formulate a plan so that you can get to wherever your health goal is.
Listen, y'all, she started in September. She got a team already. That's what
Listen,
I'm talking
okay?
about.
It's a
That's
team.
what I'm talking about. So every week you put these things called tip bursts out there, which have been really awesome. So can you tell us a little bit about that, about those?
Yes, so I title him my social media guru, Justin. Thank you so much for helping me get that started, because that was the vision I had. I just felt like if people knew little nuggets, had little nuggets, little forms of motivation that they could just kind of have reeling in their head through their week, they can get started. They can finish whatever that goal is. They can be motivated. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I started over my plan to drink more water. I'm not like you, Justin.
as I take more and more sips.
Right, right. So it's just my way of saying it's okay. Like today, you only had 2 glasses of water, or you had enough water to get your medicine down. It's okay. Like you could start again tomorrow, or you could do some physical activity at your desk instead of sitting in a chair. You can get a ball. So it was just those little nuggets and tidbits I like to put in people's head to get them to think about things a little differently. And so I send out little tip bursts every week.
Nice, cool, cool. And what is your like unique approach to medicine? Like, why should someone come to you?
Right. So I am a health educator. I have a master's in public health, in health promotion, disease prevention, and that is my love. I love to teach people because the most rewarding thing to me is when my patient says, no one has ever explained it to me like that, or no one ever explained it to me. I just feel like it's a missed opportunity in my field sometimes that we don't get the opportunity to really talk to our patients and tell them this is the reason why you are in this situation, or this is why we have to put you on this medicine, but
Right.
there may be a way off of it. So my unique approach is that I take the approach of educating and empowering the patients so they can make the changes themselves.
That's awesome. Don't get me started about capitalism, insurance, and the medical.
Come on, let's go.
Not for today. But okay, where can we follow you? How can we support you?
Right. So I'm real new to this social media stuff. So you can just straight up call me, right? So I have a phone that you can call me, right? But I do have an email address. And so that's draminajones@gmail.com. My phone number for those that are, old fashioned and need a call is 571-989-2979. I'm on Instagram at, just recently had to change my name. I am the Be Well Doc. That's going to be
Oh, okay.
underscores in between each of those. And then on Facebook, I am Be Well by Dr. Amina. So that right now I don't have a website, but it's in the works.
That is so awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Amina Jones.
Thank you, Justin, for this opportunity.
No problem. We will be hearing from you, I'm sure, later.
Yes, yes.
Thank
Have
you.
a great day. Thank you.
All right, so now we are done with our health segment. I think one of the biggest things we learned with health is that education is the big thing, right? So these health and wellness businesses are all about educating us to take our own health into our own hands. Somebody I know very well is probably one of the worst patients in the world, but one thing that I do admire about her when she's talking about her medical journal is that she takes it into her own hands. So that's the moral of the story for health. Now we're moving into apparel. So I am bringing in everybody's uncle and auntie and big brother and big sister here, CD and Carmen Porter. So a little bit about the Porters while they're joining and connecting to audio. Everything they touch turns to gold. Nothing they do is janky. I don't even know if they can hear this or whatever, but that's always their saying. They don't do janky. So they have a family brand that makes custom shirts and apparel, such as the shirt that I'm wearing right here. This shirt they made for me. and the one I'll be wearing this coming Saturday for Carols for Calls, which you'll hear about a little bit later. So we are just waiting for them to join in. They're connecting to audio. Maybe their internet is janky. Let's see. They can't hear. All right, we are going to move on to the next one, and we're going to come right back to them right afterwards. So we're going to have Micah Watson come in to join us. Hopefully hers works. I think it's loading. Hello? Oh no. Micah? I tell you, technology, it works so well until it just stops working. Oh, there you go. Micah is connected. So as she's joining on, there she is.
Hey.
Micah is joining in. Her introduction that I wrote is, we have the filmmaker of the year here.
I'm weak.
Coming at you. She writes amazing plays, amazing poetry, amazing scripts. I think she's way past the skit portion of her life.
Yeah.
But yeah, she has you these scripts and these prose that she writes. It has you thinking about your life, has you reflecting. It brings issues to you, and it makes you wonder whatever happened to Louis. It's an inside joke. But if you ever see her play Kanan,
Yeah.
hopefully we can talk about this later. But and another shameless plug here, I get to work with Micah on a mostly semi-daily basis, actually.
Yeah, basically.
One of the producers for her web series, Black Enough, which is in its second season now of production. We'll talk about that a little bit. But yeah, so Micah's a great friend, and I'm super excited for you to be here, Micah, all the way from Wichita, Kansas.
All the way from Kansas.
The internet is out there too. It's amazing.
Oh my gosh. Don't play us.
But yeah, so Micah, I want to talk a little bit. I know we're talking about Black Enough, but I want to talk a little bit about Imago Dei Productions, because that is your big thing, right?
Sure.
So, Imago Dei, what is it? What's in the name? I've been asking everybody, what's the name? And then after you tell us about Imago Dei Productions, tell us about Black Enough. And that.
Sure. Yeah. So Imago Dei Productions is my production company, my new production company, which Justin is a part of. I have the privilege of working with him. And we mostly produce films, but also plays. So kind of right now, everything that I do falls under Imago Dei Productions. And hopefully moving forward, we'll be able to invite other people into the company. In terms of the name, so Imago Dei is a Latin phrase that points to humans being made in the image of God. And the first time that I came in contact with that phrase, it actually was in context of Black Lives Matter. It was actually in the context of Black people being made in the image of God, which sounds like duh, but it was actually a really revolutionary thing, just because so much of the rhetoric that we hear points to Black people being some sort of like mutant or some sort of, like something that's other than the image of God. And so I really wanted to embrace that. And that's what I like to do through my work, like remind Black people that they're made in the image of God and all of our complexities and nuance and even like our messiness. So that's a little bit about Imago Dei Productions. I'm really interested in like the process of making, I really care about the process as much as the product. So I'm interested in making sure that we're forming a tight-knit community, that people are feeling really well loved as we go to share stories in ways that feel important to me. And
that's super awesome.
Yay. And you asked about Black Enough. And so Black Enough is one of the first major projects of Imago Dei Productions. And it's a web series and it follows Amaya. She's an insecure dancer and she goes to a PWI, predominantly white institution. She's a Black girl and she grew up in a predominantly white neighborhood, but she realizes, much like I did during my first semester at UVA, that in order to survive in the harsh environment of a PWI, this Black girl actually has to make Black friends. But because she grew up around white people, she doesn't feel Black enough. And that's the name. So she spends the series, most of the first season, checking off ingredients on her Black girl magic potion, which is essentially a list of things that she has to do in order to become Blacker. And we learn through the series that like that's all fake, right? like what is Blackness? So yeah, that's a little bit about the project that me and Justin are working on.
Super awesome. The first season is streaming on YouTube right now, available for your binge watching and consumption. And the second season will be coming out sometime next fall or late fall, early winter.
Yeah, Lord willing and the COVID don't rise.
Right.
Amen.
Timelines. As soon as I said it, I
Yes.
was like, can I really say this?
Yeah.
Well, okay, so we've got the web series, we've got the production company. She also does like music videos too, y'all. So she does amazing things. But with your show, if you're not a Black woman, what can you gain from watching Black Enough?
Oh, that's such a good question. I think like we all struggle with insecurity at some level. At least I have, and I've met tons of people who have. And that's really what the show is about. Yeah, like it's a real thing that all kinds of people experience. Like if you're not Black, if you're not a woman, if you don't identify with the main character Amaya in those like very exterior physical ways, like I think we all struggle with knowing that we are enough, knowing that what we have to bring to the table is valuable. And I struggle with it on a daily basis. Justin can tell you. I just think that's something that's like really true for all of us and something that I'm like trying to combat. So I've met tons of like older white women who are like, yo, like this is my life. And I'm like, I didn't even know. But I think there's something about like trying to be truthful through art that can, transcend race and class and gender and all of these different things. So and at the least, like I feel like the show is a vibe. Like we're trying to create something that feels good, that looks good, and we can all enjoy something that's like aesthetically pleasing, and that's what we aim to do. So
Absolutely. The stuff is really cool. So with Black Enough now, one of the coolest things is what you're wearing is merchandise now.
Yes.
So got to the point where you got merchandise. So tell us a little bit about
Yes.
merch and like why merch, what made you kind of want to do merch, and yeah, just tell us about that.
Yeah, so we just dropped a merch line not too long ago. You can find it at black-enough.com/merch. And yeah, we have sweatshirts, we have t-shirts, we have crew neck hoodies, like all these different things, all designed by a wonderful graphic designer, Catherine Martin. If you don't know her, you should hit her up or hit Justin up and he'll put you in contact with her. But yeah, we just wanted to like extend the community. Black Enough is a web series, but it's also a movement. It's also something that we want people to feel. And so like, if you can wear it every day, if you can look down or look in the mirror and remind yourself that you're enough, then like, why not? So I just thought it would be really cool to sort of expand our community in that way, just like very visually.
Yeah. So with it being Black Friday weekend, can we have look forward to any sales coming?
Yes, you can. Be on the lookout for our Cyber Monday discount code. So if you follow us on social media or check out our website, you'll be able to use the code Cyber Monday in all caps, and you'll get 20% off of any merch that you purchase. So would love for you guys to do that. They're great Christmas gifts. Like, why would you not want to remind somebody that they're dope and that they're enough, right? Like, imagine opening that up for Christmas and you'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm so touched. I am enough. And you'll be like, yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. So that's so cool. And I will say, because I'm part of the team that helps get the merch together, it does ship pretty quickly too. COVID and everything. So if you buy them this weekend, you definitely will have them by Christmas. So,
Yes.
another shameless plug. Yeah, what can fans expect to see when watching Black Enough? Like, what do you want people to feel besides maybe, 'cause I know you said about like feeling enough and whatnot, but what else?
I want people to feel seen. I want people to feel like the small moments in their lives, the moments when they feel the most alone, the moments when they feel the most uncertain, the moments when they feel like they're just like not going to make it. I want them to see that on screen and see someone else making it through, but sometimes not making it through, and just feeling like validated in where they're at. And ultimately, like, I'm a Christian, like I want you to know that the Lord sees you, however you are, that like, no matter how you identify as a person, like the Lord sees you and he's with you. And so like, I hope that you get that out of the series just from watching it. Maybe it's a song you hear on our soundtrack. Maybe it's a particular image that reminds you of what life was like in your college dorm. Maybe it's a situation that reminds you of your cousin or your sister or something like that. But I just want to show more nuanced images of Black people and hope that those, transcend and touch you guys.
If you had to pick a Black celebrity or creator, living or dead, who would you want to wear your merchandise?
Ooh. Let me think. I feel like I have a few. If Issa was wearing my merchandise, I would just
so awesome.
I would feel instantly like the coolest person ever. If Ava DuVernay was rocking this hoodie on set, I'd be like, wow, like I've made it. Like haven't even like made a movie, but like Ava's wearing my sweatshirt. So yeah, that would be
Cool.
so dope.
And then finally, because I could talk to you forever, but
Yes.
that's what we're here
Yeah.
for. How can we follow and support you?
Yeah, so you can follow us on social media. So Instagram and Twitter at blackenup__. That's 2 underscores. I promise you, our Instagram feed is a vibe. Follow it. You will love it. You can also check out our website, black-enough.com. And there you'll find our blog. You can sign up for our newsletter. And if you could also follow us on Facebook. And if you want more information, like you have questions, you want to know how you can get more involved or support Black Enough, you can email us at blackenought@gmail.com.
Cool. And you're probably going to respond from me because I'm the one who looks at the email.
Yes.
If you want to talk to me, that's one way you could talk to me.
Yes.
Micah, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for being here. Yeah, it's been great. So everybody follow Black Enough and all the things that Imago Day Productions will have coming on. And yeah, thank you so much, Micah.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Talk to you later.
Bye.
And then kind of backtracking a little bit. So with Moda Gear, unable to connect with them today, but hopefully we can get them on there another time soon. But they make custom t-shirts and apparel. They are awesome. Like I said, I'm wearing one right now, and I'll be wearing another one on Saturday. They do all types of printing. They do screen printing. I know they use vinyl stuff, heat pressing, whole bunch of stuff that they could better explain more than me. But the awesome thing about it is that it's a great material, and yeah. So if you ever want anything, you can email them at order.modagear@gmail.com, or you can reach out to them at the number listed on the screen here. So they are super awesome, make awesome products and quick turnaround times. There's plenty to show for it. So moving on from apparel, we've got our creative and artsy side coming on now. So art is amazing. Black art is amazing. It's expressive, it's loud, it's wonderful. And we are going to have a couple of ladies come in and just really show us the awesome things that they're doing. So first up, we've got Antoinette joining us with the logo. Absolutely love it. And she is connecting. She is connected. Awesome. So she's here. Her awesome logo. The thing is awesome. I'm extremely proud of you, Antoinette, as you're joining. She is a friend of mine. I'm excited for her to be here. She has been brimming with creativity this entire pandemic. She has been making stuff since we started. So now she's here unveiling it to everybody. So Antoinette, Laws Creations, tell us about it. Why the name?
So thanks for having me. I'm extremely nervous, so hey, I need to learn how to do the virtual background, but welcome to my living room. Lost Creation Design was something that COVID really brought out of me. My name is La Antoinette, so I just took the first part of the law and just the creation part. I just like, hey, I like being creative, and design was just because it's different things. I don't really want to be boxed into one specific thing that I'm doing. So I said, hey, Lost Creation Design kind of opens it up to whatever I decide to do, because anything will fit right underneath that category and in that name. So that's what I did.
Awesome. That is awesome. It's great when you can use your name, like you had a cool enough name that you can use stuff. Like Justin doesn't really work with stuff, but that's a whole nother issue.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. What is your favorite craft to make, if you have one?
So I don't have a favorite because I really enjoy them all.
Okay.
So I started out doing resin. So making resin pieces. I made some resin earrings, pink and green.
Explain what resin is, because I don't know what it is. So there might be
okay.
You don't know.
So resin is basically a 2-part chemical reaction that hardens.
Okay.
It's part A, part B, depending on which brand you buy, depends on the mix. And that's just it. And you can add color, you can add glitter, you can I just purchased some glow in the dark pigment, so I'm going to play around with that. So you can add different, variations to it to create whatever you want. So prior to Miss Harris, Vice President Harris winning, I had already made like pink and green earrings. I love pink and green. So I did that. And then recently I had an order for Domino's. Now these are unfinished, but those have been some of the fun things I've done. And then I did the Power Fist, and that's how the resin as well. So the resin part, I like the fact of being creative. So that's part of it. So that's why I say I don't really have like one thing I like. And then recently I've been making wood things. So like this is a blessed ornament. This is the hand of God with the scripture on it. And I have acrylic, so I can make acrylic blanks. So I was making that as well. So those are the different things. So that's why I don't really have a favorite. It's just I love making it all. It's fun. It's relaxing when you finish with your real job.
Right. That's awesome. That's awesome. Because my thing is, if you don't like doing it, you shouldn't do it. Especially if it's like a hobby and a passion project in a side.
Yes.
That's
yes.
super cool. Speaking of those pink and green things, my mom is an AKA, and she told me to ask you, and here's me asking you, how, so, and this is for everyone, how would someone contact you to make an ornament? Because she has a pink and green tree. I got to send it to you. I'm going to text you afterwards. And she was like, I need an ornament. And I was like, Antoinette does that. And she's like, oh, Jocelyn's friend? Oh, thanks, Jocelyn, for the introduction.
Thank you.
But yeah, so how would somebody reach out to you and pitch their idea to you and tell you what they want to be done?
Okay, so thank you to Savannah. I officially have a website. It is official, so today is his first day up.
Oh, nice.
And it's lawscreationdesign.com. So just lawscreationdesign.com. You can also go to Instagram. Instagram is Laws Creation Design, and on Facebook is Laws Creation Design. Kept it simple, so if you type it in, you can go to the different places, or you can always call me. I didn't edit my phone number right. It's 757-880-4211.
We'll fix this.
Yeah, we'll fix that. So, and then again, you can send me an email at lawscreationdesign@gmail.com. So those are the different ways to get in contact with me.
And how long is the turnaround time?
So, resin, the minimum days is 3, maximum days is 7. If I am doing custom orders, like the Domino's took 2 weeks because there's different layers that you have to do. So depending on the complexity of the project, minimum 3 days, maximum 2 weeks.
Okay.
I'll say it like that.
That's awesome though. That's still better than some of the stuff we get on Amazon.
That is very true.
And you got Amazon Prime, but we're not going to go into that today.
I know, a week.
So what other, another question I want to ask, what inspires your creativity?
You know, since being able to work from home, which is a blessing, you have some time, some downtime. So you work your 7:30 to 4 or whatever your hours are. And then after that, you're kind of bored. You can't really go out. COVID's still happening. So I sat here and watched a lot of TikToks and watched a lot of social media and just really got inspired. And I've always been creative. My mom used to say, Lancha, what are you drawing? It doesn't make sense. It's abstract. And so I said, let me go back to those times. And so that's what started everything. That's what started everything.
Cool. Okay. And then to get you off of here quickly, and by the way, you're doing an amazing job. So
thank you.
You're doing awesome. Everyone should really go to her Instagram and her Facebook page. Her pictures are amazing. They are just so cool to look at. And like, I know she just started posting them one day, and I was like, "What is Antoinette doing? These things are so cool, but like, what's going on? Is she having a moment? Like, what's happening?"
It felt like that.
So follow her on Instagram to see all the things that she can make, and I do know that there are things that she can make that aren't listed on her Instagram yet. Please reach out to her in this holiday season for any ornaments or any creations in general, for any home decor stuff that you're looking at. I've got some ideas I want to send to you. I want like a sign that says like the JR Group or something in my office. Something like that.
Let me know.
Working on it. But I will be texting you about this pink and green ornament from my mom.
Please.
So like, I need the ornament. I was like, we're going to talk about it at 2. So
yes, please.
Thank you so much, Antoinette.
Thank you for having me. It's been great.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Bye.
Bye-bye.
And next, our next creative lady here, we have Raven Stringfield of Raven Creates joining. There she is. She is a truly hidden gem. So I think that is something that is amazing to me. I've known her for years, but like just didn't know the depth of her creativity and her talent. So I knew her as a writer and an author, which she didn't really talk about here, but we're going to talk about it a little bit. She also has amazing creations as well. So Raven, tell us about the name Raven Creates.
Yeah, so hi Justin. I came to Raven Creates because this is actually a name that I've had for a while. I've been a maker for a long time, and because sort of like Antoinette was saying, it's like you make a lot of different things and you don't want to just be sort of pigeonholed into one particular craft. I will say, however, I'm thinking about adding papery to my name at some point, because like pretty much everything that I've been doing for the last several months has been like paper goods.
Okay.
So that's kind of how I came to that. And of course, unique name, and I like my name. So
Your name is awesome. So what inspires you to create?
I think what inspires me to create is I sort of really take Toni Morrison's charge of like writing the book that that you want to read to also incorporate other types of art. Like I see a specific image in my head, and rather than like go search for someone that's doing kind of sort of a little bit what I'm thinking of, I just like make the thing myself. And that is sort of where it comes from, but it also comes from really loving the sort of infinite potential of Black girls. And yeah, so like I really, so like if you look at my art, it's like pretty much consistently little Black girls doing like magical happy things, because
Things.
it makes me so happy, and it gives me the drive to continue onward. I think for a lot of people sort of turning to creative things during the pandemic, you know, where is that seed of hope? Where is that germ of hope? And it's in the kids, the little kids who still have that no matter what.
The joy of childhood creativity. It's something that I wish that like everybody could get back to and everybody could just harness forever. So so who's like your audience? If you have to define a target audience, like who do you create for?
So I think I create for anyone who identifies or at any point identified as a Black girl. I sort of love, but like, so my cards and my art specifically is like, I would say geared towards younger audiences, young women, that sort of thing. But I think my paper goods are for people like my journals. I'll show you a couple of them. I have like a few, I make hand-bound journals.
So cool.
They're like hand stitched and stuff. And yeah, so these are for people who really appreciate and really love, like, are really meticulous about their paper, right? Like that like sort of minimalist sort of things, which is different from the whimsy of the art and the cards, right? Like it's sort of a different aesthetic, a different vibe.
Cool. That's so awesome. So you didn't really mention this, but like tell us about your writing career a little bit. Because let me tell you, y'all, she writes amazingly. Her tweets are also like handcrafted by like God or something. I don't know.
My tweets are
like she has an amazing blog, which is like actual real writing, but then her tweets, I was like, oh, this is like, oh wow. I just felt dragged here and I should have been. so tell us a little bit about your author career.
Yeah, so I'm a new baby author. Well, I should say that I've written pretty much consistently my entire life. And then I did the thing where I went to grad school and realized, oh, I don't actually want to write scholarship. I want to write novels. So like there's that. I recently joined up with an agent who is representing my fiction that's again geared towards young Black girls. I particularly write in like that just going into college age. So a lot of my stories are like maybe just leaning out of young adult, but they'll still get marketed as young adult stories. Because I think there's something, I had a really hard time in college. And I think there's something really important about sort of investigating that moment of sort of rupture in a young Black girl's life, particularly for a lot of people, if you're going to like a predominantly white institution, like what it's like to suddenly be thrust into this environment that's totally new without the comforts of home, family, whatever,
Right.
or, you know, whatever that looks like for you. And so I write stories that are like sort of fun. I just finished writing a book about a girl and a family friend that end up having to go to cotillion together, even though they like really hate each other, but their moms are best friends. So it's like that genre of just sort of like fun, happy stories, because I think we deserve those, right? Like not everything should be about like destruction or like racism and like all of the hard things that we face in life, because we see so much of that on a daily. So I really want to give us stories that are happy and that point to some of the other struggles that we have in life. So
the pursuit of joy and the pursuit of justice can coincide and
yes.
So
Yes.
Okay, so who is your favorite author?
Oh, I don't like this question.
If you have one.
Okay, so I'm gonna say Zora Neale Hurston. I sort of feel that I read a sentence in a book by like some white lady who like she called Toni Morrison, she called Zora Neale Hurston the author of the first Black girls Bildungsroman, which is like a coming of age story.
Okay.
And I didn't read the rest of that lady's book, but that one sentence was like, that is exactly
That's all I need. That's it.
No, it really was. That one sentence was enough for me to be like, this is why I resonate so strongly with Zora's writing, is because that is what she's doing. She's writing these coming of age stories for black girls and women. And that's what I'm trying to do. So I think it's her. I'm definitely influenced a lot right now by Toni Morrison, but I'm going to go with Zora.
So if you could have created anything for Zora Neale Hurston, what would you have made for her?
If I could have made anything for, well, I would have give her this card that I.
That is so awesome.
It's got one of her quotes on it, so I think that's why I make these blank note cards. And this particular image was inspired by a quote from Zora, which says, "No, I do not weep for the world, for I'm too busy sharpening my oyster knife." And hopefully she would either think that's really weird or like be really flattered.
We're gonna go with flattered for the cool. So how can people support you and where can people follow you?
Yeah, so you can find me at Raven Creates on Instagram, and my link to my Etsy shop, you can do etsy.com/shop/Raven Creates. I have a bunch of really cool things up right now. In particular, people are really loving my Christmas collection of cards. So check those out. If you like that Zora image, it's available as a collection of cards and also as a poster. So that's where you can find me. And if you like have a want a custom art piece, let's talk. My email is raven@ravenKstringfield.com.
That is so awesome. And for those on Instagram who can't see the feed, Raven is spelled RAVYNN. So at Raven Creates, and then Raven@ravenstringfield.com. And the Etsy shop link, which is I'll drop on Instagram as well, but it's on the Facebook Live as well. So Raven, thank you so much. Good to see you again. It's been a long time. Thank you for coming on.
Of course. See you, Justin.
Bye. And now we will have Justine Mangum coming on here of Winnie Weston. It's another new business, but it's already flourishing and already doing such amazing things. And she's connecting to audio. So even like we were saying before with the services, a lot of these ladies and these women here are creating a lot of things by hand and different types of things, but there's room for everybody, and everything that you create, other people, somebody is gonna love what you do. So don't be discouraged by something that you might consider to be a saturated market, because there's something out there for everyone. So we're gonna get that same pie analogy from Savannah. So Justine, Welcome.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Good to see you.
You too. How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for joining.
Yes, of course.
Awesome. So, Winnie Weston, tell us about the name. What inspired the name? And then tell us about the business.
Yeah, so Winnie Weston is inspired by my grandfather, my mom's dad. He just was one of my, as I call him a lot of times my best friend. But he recently passed away January 11th. So when creating Winnie Weston, I knew I wanted a name that was extremely powerful and it meant a lot to me. It was close to home. So his full name is Carl Weston Winfield. And we used to call him Winnie. That was like his nickname, lovingly known as Winnie. So that was a no-brainer to me. I loved the fact that it was Winnie. And then Weston, I love his middle name. So the company is called Winnie Weston. So Winnie off of his nickname and Weston off of his middle name.
Awesome. That is so awesome. It is really cool when you can like pay homage to somebody and their name. Like it's just an awesome way to honor people. And it's a way to keep people's legacies alive too. So shout out to you for being thoughtful on that, because you could have named it anything, but to name it after a family member that means so much just shows how intentional you are and how caring you are. So everybody should go over to your site and look at everything, because she takes care of everything she does. So tell us about the business. Like, what inspires you to make this, and like, what do you make, and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, sure. So I create illustrations, usually of Black women, and I sell them on my site. I think in 2021, I'll add in maybe shirts and tote bags and the different other things that people are looking to purchase. But for right now, I just sell prints. But I started it because around 2018, 2019, I just didn't feel like myself. Like, I'm a creative person and I love the arts and everything like that. But eventually I just felt like I had moved so far away from that. As you may know, when you become an adult, you have to make sure you're taking care of the bills, and sometimes the creative part of you goes away because you're adulting. And I just wanted to get back to that creative, childlike wonder of just creating. So that's kind of what I was going through. And I was talking to my boyfriend, and he was just like, you should just create if you want to create, right? It's so simple, right? So he bought me a sketchbook, and I was just like, oh, okay, I guess. And that like got me going again, and it got me sketching every day and really excited about, creating, and excited about going back to who I used to be. So that was kind of like the beginning of that whole thing. And then I think when my grandfather passed away, that felt like the biggest push I needed to actually go out and do it, because life is short, and I just felt like I just had to go for it.
Yeah, that's so awesome. I think something you said that resonates with what Raven said was like just going back to that childlike joy and wonder as well. So everybody out there, if you've got a childhood passion that you never pursued, now's the time to do it. Just like
now is the time. Yeah.
Just a random plug about Justine. She also can sing really well too. She's not gonna say it, but she can. So I could have just imagined when she's doing these illustrations and stuff, like just singing to them. That's why they're so great. But in what ways?
We used to be singing buddies. Yes.
Yes. One day we're gonna get back to that. We're gonna or something.
Right.
In what ways has this entrepreneurial journey grown and shaped you?
Oh my gosh, it's grown me. Like, I'm telling you, and especially for me, because I work a full-time job in addition to being an entrepreneur. So it's a lot of, I'm growing in just my confidence, I think, in, being a CEO and being an owner. You kind of need to kind of have that confidence, because no one is going to believe you if you don't believe in yourself. So just that has definitely helped to shape that part of me, grow that part of me, time management, little things like that, because I just simply worked, I didn't have to really deal with time management in this way.
Right.
But now I really have to deal with time management and doing things that I may not want to do. I may want to take a nap right now, but I can't take a nap right now. Right?
That is killer.
Right? Yes, you're kind of okay, I know this business is something that is my legacy and it's long term for me. So I have to, I literally go from my work computer to my personal computer right after I'm done with, my day job. And that can be a little challenging, but it's definitely helped me grow the work ethic that I need to handle both right now. But it's difficult. I want a nap.
Right. The napping is the hugest struggle because I feel you there, because I was going to put together this slideshow of everyone's stuff, and I was like, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it the next day. I was like, all right, you got to do it now. So it's really hard going from working a full-time job where your deadlines are given to you. They tell you what deliverables you have to do, but
right.
You as a CEO and the employee have to tell yourself this is what you have to do today. And sometimes you don't want to listen to yourself as the boss. So
sometimes you're like, I don't think you know better.
Right. You don't know what you're doing.
You don't know me.
Where is HR? Who could I talk to about
right. And your HR, your marketing, your social.
So what do you want people to feel when they get one of your products? Like what kind of emotions do you want to invoke?
Yeah. So for me, just a little bit about my grandfather, I felt like he was the kindest person, just a calm spirit, but so dedicated and so about family and his loved ones. And for me, how he made me feel is how I'm hoping my art feels to other people, which is I want them to feel loved. I want them to feel seen. I want them to feel heard, even though this is, it's an art print. It's not anything you hear, but I still want people to feel like they feel heard, like they feel understood. So that's why a lot of my art, it does push the boundary of putting things like Black Women Matter and making those statements, because I want people to feel like, wow, she gets me. Yeah. Like in corporate America, I don't feel heard, but here on my wall, I feel heard because of her art. Like that's to me, if I could have people,
That is so awesome. That's amazing.
Yeah, like if I could have people feel that way, I think I've done my job.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And so with it being Black Friday, do you have any sales promotions going on this weekend?
Of course.
Okay, what's going on? What you got?
So right now, I have about, oh my gosh, like 44 illustrations on my website. And I have a 25% off deal of all prints. So I have 8x10s and 11x14s. And it's 25% off of each print that you order. And the code is Black Friday in all caps, no space in between that. But it's also on my website, which is www.winnieweston.com. It's at the beginning of, yes. Go ahead. And here's the slideshow.
Right, look, that's finally did it. Finally put it together.
It was worth not napping. But if you go on my website, you will see at the top of my website, it has just a little banner that explains everything, how long the Black Friday deal is going on. It actually ends December 1st, which is a Tuesday. And it has the code at the top. So if you do forget, it's at the top of the website.
Awesome. Well, Justine, thank you so much. We'll have to have you back to just even do more of a bigger dive into all the tricks.
Yes.
There's so many questions I want to ask, but we're trying to keep it short. So, thank you so much for joining Justine. Here's where you can follow her You can email her, her website. She is awesomely responsive, and she's got amazing stuff. So check out the Instagram.
Yes, here's an
Great
example,
time of year.
everybody.
Look at this. See, come on with props. I love it. I love it. Cool. So thank you so much, Justine.
Thank you. Bye, Justin.
See you later. And finally, we have got a coming soon business to unveil to everybody. We've got Miss Courtney Sauls, one of the newest businesses on the block, and she has a Lovey Lux. So you're muted, just so you know.
Okay.
There you are. So we've got Courtney Sauls of Lovey Lux. So been asking everybody the name. What's going on with the name? What's up with the name?
Okay, so I named my business Lovey Lux. First part is Lovey, and that's after my grandmother, who passed away a couple years ago. So I was like, if I'm going to do something that I love, that I'm going to be loving to do, then I want to name it after somebody, I love and who means the most to me. So that's where the part Lovey comes from. And then Lux is just meaning luxury. So I want to provide products to where you feel luxurious.
And unfortunately for everyone, you don't get to meet my Aunt Lovey, her grandmother, but she made some of the best candy yams ever. That's neither here nor there. But I think about them every Thanksgiving or so. So that's so awesome. And again, just like Justine, you named it after somebody who meant a lot to you. So, this product means a lot to you as well. Okay, so what inspired you to start making these scrubs?
So how I was inspired was basically, it was something that I'm very big on, self-care. So I love to do my hair and, lashes and things like that. So, I became interested in sugar scrubs and buying them at the store. They were $15. They were really expensive. So then, I was on the couch one day with, you, Tangi, and 50, and 50 always asked me Courtney, you need to be great. What are you going to do? And time she asked me, I did not have an answer. I was like, I don't know. So then that one day that we were sitting on the couch, something just came to me and I was like, sugar scrubs. I like sugar scrubs. I like self-care. So then that's how this came about.
Okay.
It's just guys pushing me.
Nice. Tell us what your slogan is, or your motto.
My motto is indulge yourself. Ooh. So we want you to be supple while indulging yourself with these scrubs.
I told y'all, supple is the word of the day. So indulging yourself. Self-care is huge. This is not just for women, it's for men as well. Everybody needs to just take care of themselves. Our body is a temple. We only get one, so we got to do a lot of stuff. So throughout the day, we've talked about health and wellness, and this really goes in with the wellness portion of it, because when your skin feels good, you feel good. It's the biggest organ you have on your body, so make sure you're treating it well. So is it true, the rumor's true, that you make all these scrubs by hand at your home?
Yes. Yes. Everything handmade. We have they're whipped sugar scrubs, and also a lip scrub as well.
So I might need some little winter dryness coming in. What's that process like? How long does it take to make a scrub?
Whew. It takes a minute. It takes a while. I'll say probably about 30 minutes, if that, maybe a little bit longer, it depends. But definitely the whipping the soap is what takes the longest.
Okay. Gotcha.
And we also have oils that we put in there that we have to whip too. So
get the oil.
Yeah, need you to be moisturized.
And when do you plan to be ready to launch these?
We will be launching January 1st.
January 1st, on the 1st. We're going to launch on the 1st. Cool, that is so awesome. So you can start your new year off with good hygiene and exfoliants and all that kind of stuff. So who should try this product? Is it for men? Is it for women? Is it for everybody?
It's for women, and also I will have men scents as well, and also unscented scents if men don't want an actual smell. And then also, and it's also for kids as well. I actually ordered some scents that the kids are like, and Amari has been using it, and she uses it every single day. So,
What are the kids scents like? What?
but right now I've ordered tropical punch tropical punch, and then bubblegum.
Having them smell like some Kool-Aid. Come on now. Cool. And where can we follow you?
Right now, you all can find me on my actual personal Instagram and Facebook. When I do launch the business, I will have an actual business Instagram.
Cool.
Reach.
Cool. So right now, follow her on her social media. It's up here. It's at Quartz. It's 3 T's and 5 underscores.
All those.
But, follow her on Instagram so you can know where to follow when the business launches as well. And you can also follow her on Facebook. And when it starts, you can also email her as well. Thank you so much, Courtney. Thank you for joining. Good to have you.
Thanks.
All right. So, everything we were doing today is all about community and support and building. And one of the things that I wanted to present to you all that I will be launching around the first of the year as well is the community in general. So I have a lot of people around me that are doing amazing things. A lot of people were on this call and I couldn't possibly get everybody I'd want to do, but I'm launching something called the community, and it's a place for creatives, artists, and entrepreneurs to connect, flourish, and even reach back. So this will be a place where we can support each other. I really do believe that your network is your net worth. So if you start knowing a bunch of artists and singers and whatnot, it's great to be around them so that, hey, one of your normal background singers isn't available this week. You have a community where you can say, hey, are there any tenors available, any sopranos available, whatever the case might be. It's just a place that we can connect. So be on the lookout for that. It's really exciting. Got some awesome stuff planned there for resources as well, and even a potential scholarship to give somebody who's in the process of getting their business off the ground throughout the year, at the end of next year, not in January. In addition, so yeah, I've plugged everybody else. I want to plug myself as well. I am the JR Group here as a creative logistics agency. If you need anything, you can find me online at jreevesconsulting.com. That will probably change soon once I give Savannah all the stuff she needs for my website. But for now, you can find me there. You can find me on my Facebook and my Instagram. And you can always email me. The weirdest thing about me is that I probably will respond to your email faster than I respond to a text message or a phone call. I don't know what's wrong with me. But 2 last things I will plug. It is Christmas time, so I do have a book. It's on Amazon. It's an ebook. Still not a print book. Sorry, Mr. Sean, working with my publisher on that. So yeah, if you need a book about affirmations, reminders, and just scriptural truths, go out and buy it. It's a good gift for somebody, or a good gift for yourself. And it's a pretty quick read, I would say. And then finally, something that I'm super excited about and just really, I don't know, it's like my favorite. Christmas is my favorite time of the year, and this is probably my favorite event that I've ever done. This is the 2nd year I'm doing it. It's called Carols for a Cause. It is a Christmas charity showcase where this year it will be live, but where we will be collecting funds at the Cash App at Carols for a Cause that I will be using to put together care packages for the Prince William County Winter Shelter. So we all know that this is a great time of the year to give back to people and really try to fill the gaps that are there. And I want to be a part of the positive change in the community. So join me on Facebook Live next Saturday. Wow, so quick. Next Saturday, December 5th at 7 p.m. Lady T will be hosting. She was the first guest, and CD Porter will be there with his family group as well, and they are going to bless us. We'll also have some awesome other headliner acts as well, kind of going through the Christmas story as well, and just bring a little Christmas cheer for everybody. So again, these are ways that you can support me. These are ways that you can follow me. Got a lot going on, and I'm here to share it. So thank you all so much for joining today. This was the first pop-up shop. I know plenty of other businesses, so I will be doing this maybe quarterly, maybe, I don't know yet. We'll figure that out. But there are plenty of other businesses I do want to highlight. So I will be posting all of these businesses' information within the next couple of days on my social media, and also blasting it if you're part of my email listserv. So yeah. So thank you guys for joining so much. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving, and hope you have a very Merry Christmas as it comes up. Thank you so much.